It's really hard to talk to a camera. I'm just looking down the barrel of a lens. It's not easy. I don't know how people do this and do it naturally. It's difficult. I'm gonna teach you 5 tips that will make you a faster editor. If you don't know just one of these, it's gonna help you be way faster. And I learned all of these because I edit professionally for YouTube, so not everybody who's entry level knows this. I didn't know it for years. And once I've learned these tricks, it literally saves me days out of the week. Side note, these tricks might not be for everyone. I edit very specific videos that are very specific to our channel. And so these shortcuts that I know how to use all apply to multicam sequences where you need to cut out filler words, cut angles quick, sync things up quickly. And so those are all things that I'm gonna teach you and how I do it to the best of my ability to do it as fast as I can. So let's do it. I'm gonna go to my computer. All right, everybody, here we are in Premiere Pro. This first tip right here is the best tip that I can give. It saves me the most time. The first thing we're gonna do here is go up here to keyboard shortcuts. And we're gonna go ahead and bind some keys to some new commands. The first command we're gonna add this to is add edit to all tracks. So now that we've found add edit to all tracks, we're gonna go and add our shortcut, which is you click in and click outside the box, and then go ahead and press E. Now, E might be binded to another key on your keyboard, but I find this to be the quickest key for me because you're going to be using Q and W alongside E. The next command that we're going to want to bind is selection follows playhead. So you're going to add a shortcut, click inside, and then I binded mine to Control 3. That's because my Control 1 and 2 are already binded. So you can really pick any key that's going to be most convenient for you, but mine is Control 3. So your first step when you're using this tool is you're going to want to go to your video tracks and hit Shift and click them to select all of them. And then you're going to select all of your audio tracks again by doing Shift and clicking. Next, when you scrub your playhead, you're going to notice it will select one of the tracks. So you're going to use that shortcut that we just added, which is Command 3. And that's going to make it so your playhead doesn't select the clip. Let's say I want to cut out this empty space where I'm not speaking. The 3 tools that we can use are Q, W, and E. What Q does is anywhere that my playhead is, it's going to make a cut and it's going to delete everything to the left and shift everything over. So when I hit Q, everything shifts and our playhead moves with it. Now here's what happens when you hit W. So if I hit W, it's going to make a cut and then delete everything to the right up until the clip ends. So here's what it looks like, W. Not only does it delete it, but it will also shift everything over to the point that I was at. Now that binding that we set, that was E, that makes a cut through all of the tracks. So E makes that cut. So now let's cut up this timeline. I'm gonna remove all of the fluff at the beginning by hitting Q, and it's gonna shift everything over to the left. Now notice how we have this empty space. This is where this tool really comes in handy. So I'm gonna put my playhead right here and hit E. And then I'm gonna find the place that I want my video to continue. I'm gonna hit Q, which is gonna delete everything to the left, shift all the clips over, and make it so I seamlessly have a cut that cut out all of the empty space. Let's watch that.
Will make you a faster editor. If you don't know just one of these, it's gonna help you.
And then I'd say there's a little time here between this that I want to get rid of. So again, that was E and then Q.
Gonna help you be way faster.
And then maybe I want to remove everything to the right of the playhead up to this cut. So I'm going to do W.
I'm gonna teach you.
And that's Q, W, and E. Okay, tip number 2, this one's super simple. I'm sure you've noticed the video quality on the screen is not that incredible. And you might have noticed that I have this setting toggled. So really what this is making proxies, and it's super easy. Not everybody does it, and if your computer is kind of slow and really can't handle having massive 4K files, proxies might be a really good solution for you. All you really have to do is find your clip. Say it's this clip. You're gonna click on it, right click it, go to proxy, create proxies, and then I select ProRes low resolution proxy. You could do medium, high, really depends what works for you. Low resolution is the best for me because I don't need this to be high quality. And I really just want the smallest file because I don't want it to take up a lot of space on my hard drive. You can make a proxy folder or you can just have it sit next to your original file. And you're gonna wanna hit OK. What that's gonna do is it's gonna open up Media Encoder. Now that Media Encoder is open, it will automatically start making your proxies. And so now we'll wait for that to finish. Okay, so now we're back and the proxies have been made. What you're gonna wanna do is find this button that says toggle proxies. If it's not there, you're gonna hit the plus button, and And then in all of these options, you're gonna find the proxy button, which is here. You can just drag that down and place it in the box. Mine's already there, and hit OK. Okay, so now what we're looking at is a full resolution file. This is the original file. Once you hit toggle proxies, it's going to switch to the proxy version that you have, and you're gonna have amazing playback. When you don't have proxies toggled, this can take up a lot of time because your videos are laggy. Subtitles. Now, if you try to make subtitles by hand, it's gonna take you a lot of time. So you're gonna wanna go to Window, Text. What's gonna happen is you're gonna come to the captions page. You're gonna wanna go to transcript. Now, you're not gonna see all this right away. You're gonna see one button in the middle that says transcribe sequence. I already transcribed this earlier, just testing it out. What you're gonna wanna do is click that button. So I'm just gonna go here and go to retranscribe sequence so I can see what you guys see. It's gonna come up here with the create transcript box. You don't necessarily need to click on anything. You could pick an audio track that you want to transcribe. I usually just do the mix. But if you have a lot of sound effects and whatnot, and it's going to be hard to hear the real audio that you care to transcribe, then I would pick the audio track. Go ahead and click transcribe. Now what's going to happen, it's going to create your transcription. You can edit them directly in here to make sure it's grammatically correct. Although, what I usually do is I create my captions, set maximum length in characters to 32, minimum duration to 1.2 seconds, no gap, single, create captions. Now what this does is it creates us captions on one of the caption tracks, and you can see that it's on the screen here, and they are all auto-generated. They're not going to be perfect. And the way to change them is to just go straight to the word and edit them. So
I'm going to teach you 5 tips.
Go ahead and revise captions accordingly.
I'm going to teach you 5 tips that will make you a faster editor. Okay, if you don't know just one of these, it's gonna help you be way faster. So
that's gonna save you a lot of time. And then if you want a certain style of caption, you're gonna wanna click on the caption, go to your central graphics panel. If it's not there, make sure you find it in your window. Here, you're gonna wanna select your text, and then you can pick a font that you like. I'll just go with that. Does not look good. Set your font size, do a ton of things with it. Once you're happy with your settings, you're gonna wanna go to track style, create style, and title it whatever you'd like. I'm gonna title it Subtitles 2.0 because I already made a version earlier. Once your track style is selected, you're gonna notice that all of your text has changed to that exact track style. Boom, that's one super easy way to transcribe your sequence, especially if you're making short form content and you just wanna have it have the text so that when you put it on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is, it's transcribed so people can read it quickly and easily. All right, what you guys are gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna look up enable in your keyboard shortcuts. Go ahead and find enable, and then go ahead and create a shortcut, and then set it to any key you'd like. I'm gonna set mine to Command 1. Go ahead and click OK. And now what this allows you to do is it allows you to enable and disable tracks. On this track, I'm gonna hit my shortcut button of Command 1. It's gonna make this track literally transparent. When I enable it again, you're gonna see it show up. But as I disable it here, Command 1, what we're seeing is now this track, which you can't tell because these shots are very similar, but this is a completely different video. And if I want to re-enable it, I also do Command 1. What this allows you to do is, let's say you have a multi-camera sequence and you want to cut between angles. Super fast way, especially when you have a ton of angles. Let's say I'm watching this track.
I'm going to teach you.
And I want to make a cut here. And then I'm just going to disable it. Now I'm looking at this track.
5 tips.
And let's say I want to cut back. I'm going to make my cut back. And then let's say I want to then cut to camera 3 at the bottom. I'm going to select these and disable them. And then I'm going to now see this angle. So it's very easy to then cut around from angle to angle. Where this comes in handy is, let's say this track is the only one that's showing right now, but I want to show this track. Well, some would cut and drag it above the clip, and that's one way to do it. But I would argue it's faster to just enable and disable. Alright guys, this one is one of my favorites. It's copy and pasting attributes. It's really awesome and it's really fast and it saves me a ton of time. So the first thing you want to do is set copy to the shortcut left bracket. Then you're going to want to set paste attributes to the right closed bracket. And lastly, you're going to want to set remove attributes as a slash. So what does this allow you to do? Well, I've got this track here, and if we look at our effect controls, notice how I set it to slowly pan and scale up. Not only that, but we have color settings here. Now I've got this angle here that has no color on it, no scaling, Same with this one. So a very fast way to then transfer the attributes from this one to these is all I'm going to do is select it, hit the left closed bracket that we just set, which is copy, then go over to my clip that I want to put the attributes on. So for example, I want to put them on both of these, and then hit the right closed bracket. And now what we get is paste attributes. You can select the attributes that you want to add. So let's say I don't want to add the scaling motion, but I do want to add the color. You can go ahead and click OK, and it's going to apply the Lumetri color that we copied from this clip. Let's say this clip, I don't want the motion, but this clip, I do want the motion. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this clip. I'm going to do paste attributes. And right now it's set to add Lumetri color. Well, if I did that, it would just add double Lumetri, which would totally bake the video. I'm going to deselect that, but I wanted to add motion, so I'm going to go ahead and click motion, hit OK, and it's going to go ahead and do that slow zoom that I wanted. Now, a fast way, if you're like, damn, I applied too many attributes, or I don't like the way those attributes look, is you can hit that slash that we set. You can remove all the attributes, you can select what you want to remove, hit OK, back to square one. Now let's say this clip, I want to add motion and color. I'm just going to copy again, hit the left closed bracket, go to my clip, right closed bracket. I'm going to also select color here, hit OK, and now I added color and added my scaling. Well, that's everything I got for you guys, so thanks for watching.